Hello everyone, let's create a wedding card in Illustrator. So let us start. Here we have an A3 size landscape document. So we'll first create nice interesting decorative designs over the card. For that, we will first create some nice brushes. So we'll create our own custom brush. For that, we'll first select this ellipse and we will create a custom brush out of it. So we will just click on this point or select this point, and then we'll just click on this convert selected anchor points to corner, and we will also select this point and we'll do the same, right? And we will select this point and we will hold shift and just click on the right arrow key. So we are creating some kind of custom brush. Then we will select these points and we will rotate them. Right, so we got a shape and we will squish this, right? Then we will take a duplicate of this shape and we will change it a little bit. We will just select this rounded rectangle and we will just rotate it. We'll create some small cuts. So here we will just select two rectangles like this, and we will first unite these rectangles. We will go to Windows and we will select the Pathfinder, and from the Pathfinder let's select this option, unite, right? And now we will select this squished shape, and then we will select these rounded rectangles and we will just click on this minus front, right? So these are the two brushes we will be using. So what we'll be doing is we'll first create these shapes into brushes. We'll just drag this shape inside this brushes panel, and here we have this new brush dialog. From this new brush dialog we will select the art brush and we will just click OK. Here we can just rename it as new, or let's say brush, or let's use a better name, decorative brush 1. Okay, now here we have this option method, and inside the method we have options, and we will be selecting this hue shift. So what this hue shift will do is it will help us give different colors to the brush, right? And we will simply click OK, right? And we will also create one more brush, and here again we will just select the art brush and just click OK, and again we will give it a name, decorative brush 2, and we'll do the same. We'll select hue shift, right? So now we got two brushes. Let's test these brushes. So we'll first select this first brush. So we can see here we got some nice designs, right? One important thing to remember is here the brush tool is there inside this tools panel. If we double click on this brush, here we have to check whether the fidelity is smooth or not. If it is not smooth, we have to change it to smooth, because if it is not smooth, it will not appear so smoothly. So see, now the brush stroke is appearing very smooth. So this is very important, right? So now we got two decorative brushes. The thing we'll be doing is, first we will create some nice designs, and these designs we will be placing on the wedding card. So for creating designs, what we'll be doing is, we will just use the line segment here, and we will just put the line segment at the center of the document. So for that, here we have the option horizontal align center, right? And we will just select the brush tool, and here we have selected the first brush. And what we'll be doing is, we will just create one simple design. So here we have this simple design, and now what we want is, if we are creating a design on the right side, we want its reflection on the left side. So for that, what we'll be doing is, we will activate the layers panel, and to the right of the layers, to the right of this layer 1, we have a small circle here. We'll just click on it, so that the entire set of objects inside this layer are selected. Now we will simply go to effect. In effect, we have distort and transform, and here we have the option transform. We'll just click on this, and in the transform effect dialog box, we have to just select the copies as 1, and here we will select the option reflect X. So we got a duplicate here, but we want the duplicate to be on the left side of the document. So for that, we have to change its center point. So here we have the option to change the center point, right? So now we got the duplicate on the left side of the document. Now we will simply click OK, right? Now every time we create a brush stroke, its reflection is created on the opposite side, so that we can create interesting decorative designs, right? Now let's see how it's going to appear. Now we will also select this second brush. Oh, just a minute, we will just deselect everything, and we will just select the second brush, and let's create a stroke. So we can see here, now we have a stroke on the left side. So we can just create these nice decorative strokes. So we can see here, and we can also change its stroke width. Here we have the stroke width, we can make it thin, right? So we can keep creating the nice designs. And we can just be patient. We have to decide which stroke is going to be nice. So we can see here, and then we can just enhance them. So we can just keep creating these decorative designs first. Once we are done with this, then we will be starting to create the wedding card. So something like this. Right. So once we are finished with these kind of decorative designs, now what we'll be doing is we'll just remove this center line. For that, what we'll be doing is we will just collapse this layer and we will scroll down, and here we have this central line here, and we will simply delete this. Right. And see, one thing we have to observe here, we can select the shapes or brush strokes on the right side, but we cannot select on the left side. So for that, what we'll be doing is we need to expand this. So to expand this, we'll simply go to object menu, and here we have the option expand appearance. Right. Now this is no longer a brush stroke. This is just a simple design. Right. So now we will just scale it down. And what we'll be doing is we'll take a duplicate of this, and we will also right click, and here we will select the transform option, and here we have the reflect, and we will just flip it to something like this. Right. We got some nice design now. We will use this design as a border design. So we will just group this, we'll scale it down, we'll just keep it over here, we'll make it small. Right. We'll make it even smaller. Right. Now we will just take its duplicate. So what we'll be doing is we'll select this object, and we will go to effect, and once again we will go to distort and transform, and we will select the option transform, and from here we will just select the number of copies, and we will do one thing. Here we have this option move, so we will just try to increase the move options vertical value. Okay, and we will also increase the number of copies. Right. So we got a nice design, and we will also extend our artboard or document size. So for that we will use Shift plus O, and we will just drag it like this. Right. So we can see here. So now we got a nice interesting design. So again we have to go to object by selecting the first original object, and we will select the option expand appearance. Right. So we got a nice interesting border design. Now we'll just take a duplicate of this design. We'll simply hold Alt and simply drag and create its duplicate, and we'll place this duplicate on the right side. Right. So we got a nice interesting border design. So once we have these borders, now what we'll be doing is we will again just select this line segment. We will just create a straight line. We will just increase its stroke width. Right. And we will just take its duplicate and keep it on the right side. Right. And then what we'll be doing is we will just expand this object, expand, and we will also expand this. Then we will just select one small ellipse, and we will just keep it over here. We will just make it small. Let's not spoil its shape. We want a perfect elliptical shape, so we can hold Alt in PC or Option in Mac and just scale it down. Right. So then what we'll be doing is we will try to give a golden color to all these shapes. So first thing what we'll be doing is we'll take a duplicate of these of this particular ellipse. So we'll select this ellipse and we'll go to effect, and here we'll again go to distort and transform, and again we'll select transform, and then we will just increase the number of copies, and we will also increase the vertical move value, right, and we'll just increase the number of copies. So we can just keep it to 31, right, and we will again expand, go to object and we'll select expand, right, and we can just scale them, right. Now we will take a duplicate of this and place it on the right side, right. So we are now creating interesting designs, and we can just take a duplicate of this line and we'll just keep it like this. Right. Now this looks interesting. Now we'll give a golden metallic coloring to all these objects. So first thing, we'll select this design, we'll go to Windows, and here we have the option swatches, and from swatches what we'll be doing is, here we have the swatch libraries menu, and here we have the gradient, and from gradients let's select metals, and then we will just apply this gold, so we can see here, and we will also apply gold for all these objects. So we can just select one more gold, okay, right. So we'll do the same thing for the objects on the right. Right. So we got some nice golden metallic coloring to these objects. So now what we'll be doing is, we will just take one rectangle, and we will change its color. We will change the color of this rectangle. Now we will just select gems and jewels from this swatches panel. Here we will click on this swatch libraries menu, and we will find gems and jewels, and we will give a color which is garnet inside this gems and jewels to this rectangle, right, and we will just right click on this rectangle which is our background, and we will select this option arrange, and we will just select send to back. So now we can see how attractive our wedding card cover is looking now, right. Then the next thing we'll be doing is, we'll now place one more design at the center of our wedding card. So for that we will get one design. So we will get the design, we'll go to file, and here we have the option place, and from place we'll just browse to the design. So here is the PSD file, the Photoshop file, and we'll just simply click on place. We will just scale it. So we will just center scale it, so that we are not going to squish it, right. But one thing is, this is a PSD file, means this is not a vector graphic. So we will convert this to a vector graphic. So for that we will use this option image trace. Here we have the image trace, and from image trace we will select the option silhouette, right. Now this looks better. Now we will expand it. Here we have the option expand, right. Now this has become a vector graphic. Now we will just place this design at the center of our wedding card, right. And now what we'll be doing is we will blend our design over the background. But first what we'll be doing is we will create a new layer, and what we'll be doing is we will just drag our layer, means the layer which has objects, above the new layer, and we will also drag the background, which is this rectangle, over the bottom layer. We want the background at the bottom, and we will also drag this design onto our bottom layer, right? Then we will use our blending mode. So we'll select this design, and here we have the option opacity, and we will select a blending mode which is multiply. We'll try to blend this design over the background. We can try different blending modes. Let's try soft light. So we can use soft light, we can see here. We can also try opacity, overlay. So we can see here how the design is blended, right? We can just make it a little bit big, right? Now this looks better. We can do one more thing here. So we'll also get one nicer pattern. So here is the pattern. Oh, just a minute, we will just open the pattern file. So this is the PSD file, and we can also place this pattern over our card, and we can just put the pattern behind the design. And we can also blend this. We can just scale the pattern, and we can use the same blending mode for this. We'll try overlay, so we can see here, and we can try some other blending modes as well. So this is optional, and we will also reduce its opacity. So we can see now it looks better, right? So now our wedding card is getting some look, right? So the next thing we'll be doing is we will now use our brushes that we have created in the beginning, and we will finish off our wedding card. We'll just try to put it a little bit inside, right? So what we'll be doing is now we will just take a layer on top of all layers, and we will just use our first brush, and we will just use our line segment tool to place a line at the center like this, so that we'll be knowing where exactly is the center. We will just use this horizontal align center, right? And now we will select our brush, and we can lock these bottom layers. We'll just select the topmost layer, right? And we will now create one more design. So we'll just try. So here it is. We can do one thing. We'll just try to create it properly, right? So just we have created it. And then we will just select the another brush, and we will try to reduce the stroke size. And we can just create some nice design here. Right. So then what we'll be doing is, again we will select this brush stroke and we'll go to object, and here we have the option expand appearance, right? And we can just delete this center line, and then we will just select all these brushes here. So here we have created a new layer. So to the right of the layer we can see a small circle. We'll just click on that circle so that all the objects are selected. We can group them, and then what we'll be doing is we will just give this brush the same golden color, the metallic color. So we can just click on this gold. Oh, just a minute, we have we need to expand it. We'll expand it and we'll try. Right, so now this looks better. And to make it more attractive, we will just take a duplicate and we will give it a pure black color. This looks like this is useful like a shadow. So we'll just keep it on top of this, and we will just right click, arrange, and we'll say send backward. Right, so now we got some attraction to the shape, and we will just click on this circle to select all the objects, and we will take a duplicate, and then we will just right click, select transform, and here we have the option reflect, and we will use the option vertical. Right, so we can see here, and we can actually make them a little bit small. So just a minute, make them a little bit small, and we can also separate them. We'll just first separate one of the groups. We'll move them to the right. We'll give equal placing. Right. So just we need to adjust properly. So that's it. So then what we'll be doing is we will just create two lines at the bottom. So we'll give a golden color to this. Just we will move this line a little bit up. That's it. Here I have taken a duplicate of this line. Right. So we got some nice interesting design. Right, then we will just select all these objects, and we will take one more duplicate of this. We'll place it at the bottom here, and then we will just right click, and here we have the option transform, and we will reflect. So we'll use horizontal. Here we have a reflection. So we have flipped the design. Right. So we have created a basic design of our wedding card. So we have few more things left in our wedding card. So what we'll be doing is we'll first unlock these layers and we will just select this border design. We will take a duplicate of this and then we will give it a pure black color. So what we'll be doing is we will just give it a black color. We will just use it as a shadow behind this border design, and we will also just remove the stroke for it, right, and then we will just keep it, and we'll also take one more duplicate. We'll just keep it behind this border design. We'll just check. Oh, just a minute. We just have to place it behind. So we'll just right click, arrange, and we'll say send backward. So I think we did not get it properly. Send backward, and we will just try to adjust it properly. So this shadow gives some nice depth to this design, so it will look more interesting, right? So now we can see this looks more interesting with the shadow behind. So we'll do the same thing. We'll just place this shadow behind the design, so it will get some nice depth. So now there is some attraction, right? So then we'll put some matter at the center. So now we will lock all three layers. We'll take one more layer above all the layers, and then first what we'll be doing is we'll put a Ganesha symbol at the center. So we'll go to file, and here we have the option place, and we will just find our Ganesha symbol. So here is the Ganesha symbol, which is a PSD file, Photoshop file, and again like before we have to convert this into a vector graphic. So here we have the option image trace. We'll just click on it, and here we have the option silhouette. We'll just convert it into a silhouette, right, and now we will expand it. Right, now it has become a vector graphic. We'll scale it down. We'll keep it at the center, something like this, and we'll also take a duplicate. We will create a shadow just like how we have created for the border. So we will just apply a golden color to this, right, and we will just take this, keep it on top of it, and then we'll right click, select arrange, and here we have the option send backward, right. So now this got some attraction. So we can just select the shadow as well as the Ganesha, and we can just move it a little bit up. We can also make it a little bit small, right. This looks better. Then we will just put the content or the text at the center. We will just use the type tool, and we will use a font that is Great Vibes. This is a very good font for wedding cards, for the text on the wedding card. So we will just type. First we will increase the size of the text. So we will use the first letter as capitals, and then we will type something. We cordially invite you to the wedding of our eldest son. So we can type some matter, and we can just center align this. We'll just place it at the center. we can just adjust the text properly. We can just make it into 3 lines, but we can just adjust it properly. Right, this looks better. We'll just take a duplicate of this just for the shadows, just for creating shadows, and we will again expand the text. Go to object, expand, and then again we will just apply this golden gradient to this text, and we will just select this black text, place it on top of it, and then we'll make it like a shadow. So we'll just right click on the shadow, and then we'll select arrange, send backward. Right, so just adjust it. So we can just adjust it properly here. So here we have created a wedding card in Illustrator. And one final thing that we can do is we can export this. We can export it as a PDF file. So always for vector graphics, PDF or SVG is the right format. So we'll simply go to file, and here we have the option save as, and we will save this wedding card as a PDF file. We'll select the format PDF, and we will just save it. Right, and now we will check the output of our file. So here is the PDF. This is the PDF file. So we have used a lot of interesting things to create this wedding card. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please do like, subscribe, share, and if you have anything to say, do comment. See you again.